Greetings, fellow wanderers. Tiki here,
Jacob Wile too.
and welcome to Wandering Over Yonder, the new vlog series on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer YouTube channel. Jacob Wile here has seen every episode of Wander Over Yonder, is a pretty big fan of the show, and I have up to this point seen episodes 1 through 5 if we're going by the Wikipedia airing schedule. So that's kind of the point of this vlog. Jacob, you basically know a lot more about Wander Over Yonder than I do. You followed the whole series, so you're kind of my guide through this whole thing. You're my guide through this insanity.
I'll help you wander over yonder.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Sounds good. Speaking of insanity, folks, me and Jacob have been having a bit of a problem with trying to come up with what order of these episodes we should go in. Jacob just told me that season 2 adheres to a much better airing schedule, but the problem is, from what I've been able to see, there's like a different number of lists for the season 1, and I think maybe the picnic airing as a sneak peek probably had something to do with that, and we covered the picnic as our first episode here. So, folks, what I'm going to do is, for right now, we're just going to cover the Wander Over Yonder episodes, at least for season 1, as they appear on Wikipedia in the list of Wander Over Yonder episodes. If anyone out there who's watching has a better suggestion, like if the Wikipedia page has some like blatant errors and like, no, you absolutely have to watch this before this or anything like that, please let me know. I'd love that, because it's the whole thing is very confusing for me right now. And as of now, I just rather stick to the Wikipedia just to keep things simple. But yeah, like I said, if anyone has any other suggestions about the order of the episodes that we should be watching, then please, by all means, leave it in the comments. But for right now, like I said, the order of the episodes we're going in is the order that shows up on the Wikipedia page list of Wander Over Yonder episodes. All right, Jacob, so let's get to the Fugitives, I should say, plural. So, oh boy, this is a lot of fun. Oh God, I'm honestly not sure which one I will like. We're going to talk about the good deed next. We're going to talk about that in a separate vlog, but I'm honestly not sure which one I like better.
They're both kind of similar in a similar regard.
Well, yeah, I actually feel like it's a really cool, like, for me, I'm satisfied seeing these episodes one after the other, at least from someone who really knows nothing about these characters and is just getting to know these characters. Like, this is just the 3rd episode I've seen with Sylvia in it. So the interesting thing here with the Fugitives is we definitely get established that more and more that Sylvia is obviously the kick butt, take no prisoners kind of person of the group, where Wander is not. Oh God. Oh God.
He helps everybody, even if it means endangering his own life.
So you've brought this up before, and yeah, this is literally like a big kind of thesis statement for the whole show, I want to say, at least in the 5 episodes I've seen so far.
It is something that's explored later on. Sometimes it's helping. Sometimes he tries to help and it does cause issues. But as you can see at the end, it actually worked out well in their favor.
Of course. So, I'm also kind of liking more and more that we're getting these elaborate cold opens where we kind of start in the middle of the story. So, the episode opens with a wanted poster where Wander and Sylvia are wanted for, and I quote, making Lord Hater look totally stupid.
Yep. Actually, a callback to the Comic-Con trailer.
Okay.
The initial Comic-Con trailer that they aired, that they revealed, one of the reveal trailer for it.
Yeah, so I just love the idea of just putting us right in the middle of the action. We don't necessarily really know how they got to this point. Like, is there any connection between this and the last time we saw Lord Hater, where he was invading that one like adorable colony, the adorable?
I think it's just a generalization kind of thing.
Okay, so Hater is just like, so in general, like the way I feel, like, again, I kind of get this Bugs Bunny vibe where we're just kind of put in the middle of the situation, and the character motivations are always the same, and the characterization is always the same, but these situations, it just kind of feels like we're being thrown into the middle of the story, and I'm not complaining about that. I actually think it's really refreshing to see an animated series like that, especially when I'm covering other things like Steven Universe and Gravity Falls, which obviously have a super coherent narrative to them. And it's like, if you miss a couple episodes, you don't really know what's going on. So it's kind of nice to just have a show like this where it's basically just Looney Tunes Roadrunner-esque situations. It's like, it's very boiled down comedy, which is what I love about it. So the first good deed we see Wander do in this episode is tying a gross looking fly's shoes.
Don't you look like a slob?
What you looking like a slob? Oh god. And might I just say I'm just liking Wander more and more. This character is just really, really adorable.
I mean, how can you hate a guy that just wants to help people?
I feel like he's like I don't know. It's like he's got he's almost like Bugs Bunny mixed with SpongeBob in a way. That's like the closest comparison I have for him. Because the Bugs Bunny thing is because he does have a sly sense of humor about himself, and he is very intelligent. But with SpongeBob, it's just obviously he's just got this in-your-face attitude, and he does very much take on the SpongeBob quality of wanting to be everyone's best friend. So he's got this little monologue thing about helping people, and he's like, well, Sylvia, it's just this feeling that rises up through my goody works, and then it goes through the little dangly thing in my mouth.
That's a uvula.
Yeah, it just feels so good. Okay, so I don't know. I just like, I'm a grown-ass adult, so I like this show for the comedy more than anything else. But I do think Wander is a very admirable character for kids. I really do.
It's a good idea to have, even if he's not a very realistic character. It's a good idea to have somebody like just like helping people. Like,
absolutely,
it's a nice goal.
Okay, so we get a nice, we get the puff of smoke, like they run away in a puff of smoke, revealing the title screen. Again, I am loving the cold opens, and I cannot wait for that episode that you keep teasing about in season 2, where they make the whole episode cold opens.
I mean, well, it's a continuing narrative. It just like interrupts it with several fake.
That sounds so fun.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Okay. So, anyways,
every 30 seconds or so, there's like a new title.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like, this episode is, it kind of follows the typical comedy of errors formula with this show that I'm kind of getting a sense is kind of a running formula, which is not a bad thing.
There are a lot of variations on this formula.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not every single episode is a comedy of errors.
Okay, but definitely the two that we're going to be talking about tonight they kind of coincide with each other in interesting ways. So,
usually
this comedy of errors is very simple because it's just Sylvia's finding a way to escape. All Wander has to do is stay put and not help anyone, and he just can't help himself. He has to help people.
Yeah. As you'll see, like a lot of them, if they're split into two, the two episodes usually share some kind of either similar style theme or something along those lines, or they're opposite extremes.
And you know what? I really love that because I think that's a really, really cool way to deal with the whole having to package 2 episodes together and air them together. I actually think that's genius in a way because it's like you're not getting a running narrative, but you are getting like, okay, like let's explore this theme and let's explore the theme through 2 different characters. And I think there's a lot to talk about with Sylvia's character going into the next episode, The Good Deed, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so
I'd say this episode has a bit more focus on her than the other one.
Well, I think with The Good Deed, there's some character growth on her part that I want to get into, but
oh yeah,
but we'll talk about it. Okay, so she wants to hotwire a UFO, which is a very good
plan. It's surprising that Wander, doesn't like come in for condemn her for trying to steal something.
Right, that's actually true. I didn't even think of that. Now, Sylvia, that UFO doesn't belong to us.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised he didn't do that. Didn't go into that.
Oh god. Okay, so anyways, I love this gag. So we have the a guy pushing like a cart of rocks, and like a rock falls over, like just a tiny rock. No, I love the reveal where it just seems like it's something so minuscule. It's like this guy carrying a huge pile of rocks, and it's like I think it's supposed to be their mother. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, their mother. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, from the looks of it, it's just like, just randomly, like a rock falls from a large pile of rocks, and you think, like, Wander, why are you worried about like a singular rock falling from a huge pile of rocks? It's fine. There's plenty of rocks to go around. But then, of course, the great reveal, like, oh, my baby. And then we get like again, just I love the show's imagery here of just like the pile of baby rocks, which is just like freaking adorable.
I don't know how was Wander able to tell. That's the thing.
You know what? I don't even care because I just love the payoff for it so much. I mean, I feel like this is a show much like the UFO thing. Like, if stuff like this was happening in Steven Universe, I'd be like, what is going on? These characters are acting completely out of character. But I think with Wander, kind of the charm of him is just his obliviousness. Like, even when it looks like the situation that he's getting into and what he's helping with is very minuscule, it turns out to be really, really helpful, which we'll see in this episode.
Yeah, it's kind of how it works usually.
Yeah. So, okay. So we lose the UFO. The UFO flies off. And so, let's see. Let's talk about the interdimensional door. Is this a running thing?
No.
No? Okay. Because I'm still kind of grasping my hand on the concept of the interdimensional thing. Is there like, can you help me out here? Is there like a rule for traveling between dimensions? Because when I saw the interdimensional door, I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe this is like how they travel from dimension to dimension.
There aren't any extra other dimensions or universes in this show, really.
It's just planets.
Yeah, planets. That was just like a gag to get them out of there.
Okay, I hear you.
But there is technically there is some kind of an alternate dimension called the Void, which appears in a later episode.
Okay.
If you really like Looney Tunes style gags, you'll like that episode.
Well, I like Looney Tunes style gags, and I think this show's bringing it back in a good way. So
Trust me, you'll love the Void. That
okay.
episode, the Void logic is completely thrown out the window.
Oh God.
Okay, back to this one.
Yeah. So, so let's see. Oh, and I also want to point out just Sylvia's signal to Wander, her Rukakuku! Rukakakaku!
Yeah.
Just really funny voice acting right there.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, let's see. So we have Wander saving the balloon man from stepping on a pin.
I could have been killed.
Oh God. For some reason, my mind just instantly goes to Bubble Buddy when I see the balloon man.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah. Except the balloon man is actually sentient. Well, no, actually, Bubble Buddy is sentient.
Yes,
when you think about the ending. Whoa, yeah. I'm getting out of here. Oh, God. Oh, Bubble Buddy.
That was hilarious.
Oh, SpongeBob, what have you done to yourself? You used to be so good, SpongeBob. but I digress. And
then what about the Ant Civil War?
That was great.
Over Peanut.
Oh God. The war is over.
Yeah.
I'm also noticing that Sylvia just not taking the watchdog seriously at all is a big running theme, because we get that shot of like the watchdog just trying to punch her over and over and over again, and then she's like, ah.
I think she was at that point. She was in more an exasperation of the fact what Wander was doing.
Exactly.
It's like,
but I don't know. I kind of like I'm getting the sense that the watchdogs are a threat that isn't really supposed to be taken seriously.
When they're coordinated properly, they can be
okay.
Be a threat.
Again, it's hard to take this Lord Hater stuff seriously. Like, I think Lord Hater's a funny character. It's just I'm still kind of wrapping my mind around him as the main villain. But I'm sure over time I'll get to love it. But
small hint, he's actually not one of the main villains of season 2. He appears as often, but he's not the main villain.
I mean, I kind of get the sense of that. I kind of get this. You know what he reminds me of, and I know you haven't watched Adventure Time, so you don't have to say it, but it reminds me of the Ice King from Adventure Time, another Tom Kenny character, where the Ice King kind of started out as like a bumbling antagonist, but then he became one of the deepest characters on the show.
Well, I've actually seen several episodes of Adventure Time. We just never watched it extensively.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, so you're aware of the Ice King.
Yeah, I know who the Ice King is. Tom Kenny, same guy who voices Peepers.
Of course. So I don't know. I'm getting kind of an Ice King vibe from Hater. Like, I doubt we're gonna get like an I Remember You, where it's just like, oh my god, everything I know about Hater is totally wrong, and holy shit, I feel like I want to cry right now. Like, yeah, I doubt we're gonna get that moment with Hater, but I definitely believe that he'll get more sympathetic.
Yeah, probably not.
No, not more sympathetic?
No, just take out the sim part.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Okay, so then let's see.
He's more played for comedy than anything else.
Fair enough. I love the super trippy let's see, what is it? The court thing?
The court? You mean that's in the next episode?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's fine.
Okay, what else are we missing?
I think what's left is the sewer escape.
Right. So let's see.
Where Wander is instructed not to help.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. And then the watchdogs just kind of this is actually an example of the watchdogs being effective, because it's like they know that Wander's gonna, like, he can't resist if he sees people and they're doing very minuscule things, like they're knocking over apples and stuff like that. It's like they're not really doing anything that's going to cause anybody that much harm, but it's like Wander's just like
even the most minuscule thing needs help.
It's torture. It's torture for Wander, which is where it's great comedy.
He's like he wanted to listen to Sylvia, but he wanted to help.
Oh god. So the watchdogs catch Wander, and let's see. I have written down somewhere super trippy.
No idea.
No idea.
And I don't know where this episode is super trippy.
Okay, well, I just have super trippy written down in my notes. I remember one part in particular I thought was
probably think of the next one.
Maybe
we should keep them separate. I don't.
No, I'm sorry. I have my notes separate.
Oh, I don't know. Then sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Anyways. So let's see. So Wander's reciting the speech that he gave at the beginning of the episode about the feeling rising up through my gutty works, but he's doing it in a very melancholy way.
Yeah. And
then, of course, it ends happy. Sylvia comes up through the sewage. The warring insects take over, and they all help, and everything's all right in the end, except Sylvia might have radiation poisoning.
Yep. Like, Sylvia, you're glowing. Oh my God. Like, that might be the radioactive sewage.
That's a great moment, because it's like at first I'm kind of thinking like, oh my God, is this some sort of like Pokemon style like evolution going on here? Like, I don't know the the rules of these characters or the biology of these characters, but no, it's just radioactive sewage.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay.
That's the only reason why. And we learned that all his helping is actually paid off.
Yeah. So the next episode is going to go into it, but in a very grand scale. And like, I actually do like the next episode a little bit more. I feel like the next episode gets a little bit more elaborate with their gags, and they just take things to a next level from what's in this episode. But what's in this episode is good. It's really good. It's, you're right. It's like Sylvia kind of, she kind of plays the role of just being annoyed with Wander here. And, but she's the helpful friend at the same time. We're going to get to see another dimension of Sylvia when we get to the next episode.
So, she always remains loyal to Wander. She never really willingly leaves his side. Oh
yeah. Okay, so I guess that's it, Jacob, unless you have any other things to say about the episode.
Not for this one. I can't really think of anything else to add.
Cool. All right. So without further ado, folks, thanks for joining us. Can't wait to get into more. Like I said, if you have a suggestion of what order we should go in besides the list of Wander Over Yonder episodes on Wikipedia, please let me know. Otherwise, later, haters.
Keep on.